Hey guys, so I wanted to make a video today. I actually just found a tag, an open tag video from Big Red EDC. I'm gonna link him below in the description, but he had a video talking about um, how we got started on YouTube, or how he got started. And I thought it was a cool idea, so I figured I'd knock the video out right now. Haven't made a video in a couple weeks. So yeah, um, let's see, where do I even want to start? I got into knives when I was super young. First knife was a Gerber Paraframe per usual. That's pretty much everybody's first knife, or a lot of people's first knife. Got into it because I was, big into the woods. I was one of those kids. I'm young. I'm 22 now. A lot of kids my age are not into the things I'm into. Got super into knives because, outdoors, you tend to have a knife with you. Camping, fishing, never really hunted until I got a little bit older. I hunted like once. But yeah, so that's what started me off. I got into, the knives that they sell. I like Dick's Sporting Goods, Walmart, whatever. And I hopped on YouTube the one day, and I saw a video of a ProTech Godfather. I'll never forget it. That was one of the first videos I ever remember watching. There was no audio to the video, and this is a ProTech TR4, which I now own two of. I have a manual that's in for warranty work right now. But anyway, getting back to it. So I'm watching this video, and um, I was like, "Wow, that's amazing! That knife looks sick." I click a few more videos, and I find a zero tolerance 0302. Back when they were still being made, that tan 300 series ZT. That's the one of the only knives that they had released at the time. Now I don't own any ZTs anymore, but that to this day is still on my, I have to get one. I just have to try it. I've already had a 300, but that knife, since I was super young, has always been like kind of a grail. I also remember seeing a video of a Strider SNG, which I now own a Strider, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so I was probably about 10, maybe 12 at the latest when I first started getting into the YouTube videos about knives. And finally, one day, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go all out and I'm going to buy myself a Spyderco. So I got a Tenacious and I was super into it. I actually did have a YouTube channel back then. It's called Karambit Man 13. Ugh, what a fucking awful name. But I was super young back then, and you can tell the videos are absolute shit. They suck. And I'm not really saying anything useful. Some of them don't even have audio or me talking in them. But yeah, so I bought the Tenacious. Love that. Actually, back then I wouldn't even use it because it was like, it was like $30 back then. I think back when I got the Tenacious, it was $25 or $28. I think I paid for it. So not a lot of money. And shortly after, I grabbed a PM2 back in the day. What was that? 2010? A PM2 was $100. So I got one off Amazon. Uh, I paid for it using Visa gift cards because Amazon gift cards were not easy to find out by me. So I went to the grocery store. This was before I had a debit card or a credit card. So I'm buying all these knives. Before I had a credit card or a debit card or any sort of bank card, I had like 10. I had a titanium military. I had a fluted titanium military. I had just all kinds of stuff. At a very young age, I was big into it. I had a 0350. I'm trying to think what else I had. A few Benchmades, um, a uh, that Spyderco fixed blade, the South Fork, the Phil Wilson collaboration. You can find that all on my old channel. But please turn the sound off. My voice sounds so different in those videos. But getting back to it, um, I don't know. Uh, I watched a lot of knife channels back then. I still watch a lot of knife channels now. And, growing up, I'm in Ohio, so knives aren't like some crazy, I can't believe you're carrying a knife kind of thing. But it's kind of hard to find people that are into knives. You don't often encounter them in day to day life. And I just pretty much wanted to have some sort of connection, which I had through Instagram, which I started my Instagram before I started this channel. Um, and yeah, just the interaction is really what got me into it. Um, there's a lot of negative interaction on YouTube, but every once in a while you get that one positive comment, and it makes pretty much the whole thing worth it. Instagram, I'm a little bit better at Instagram. It's a little bit easier just because I'm not great with words, obviously. So just post a picture, type out what you want to say, and yeah, upload it. Um, but yeah, really, how this channel got started is a little bit different of a story. So, um, you know, when I was younger, I think I started really getting into bodybuilding when I was about 17. So I get into bodybuilding. It's a good time. I'm loving it. I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to, get competitive with it. Um, and I think that started about a year in. So I go from a 120-pound kid to 180 pounds in 1 year. No steroids, nothing. Um, yeah, loving it, loving it, loving it. I go on to compete in enhanced divisions or do preps for enhanced divisions. I wanted to compete in the men's open division for NPC. I never got around to doing that. I did end up injuring myself, cycling off all the things that you cycle on, and I didn't touch a weight for a year. And that's actually the same year I started this channel and I got active on Instagram. So I had basically that was my whole life. Bodybuilding was, and I'm still sort of in shape. Um, I'm about 5'8", probably 190 pounds. But I went from spending all my time on working out, meal prep, eating right, to not having anything to do. I had way too much time on my hands. And one day, for whatever reason, I was completely out of knives. I was not into knives at all while I was bodybuilding. Um, Sold them all. You know, I just got burnt out of the hobby around, I don't know, when was that? 2015, I want to say. Um, so yeah, I sold everything off. I actually had an old 2013 or maybe it was a 2012 SOCOM, which I do regret selling. But yeah, so I got completely out of knives. One day, couldn't tell you why. I look up, believe it or not, a nut and like I just typed nut and fancy into into YouTube because he was one of the big knife guys that got I think a lot of guys into the community. His views on knives don't necessarily fall congruent with what I think, and he just attracts a lot of people into the community. And then once they're in the knife community, they go wherever they want, if that makes sense. He's kind of like a knife community recruiter in a way, which is sort of cool. This is such a great knife, by the way. But yeah, so I click on one of his new videos. I'm like, holy shit, there's thousands of videos on his fucking channel now. Not a hinderer video. But yeah, I just start watching one, and then I just found all these channels. I found Birdshot IV. I found their channel. I found Nick Shabazz. Great channels. Not 100% my speed, if I'm being honest. But yeah, one day, at this time, I'd probably uploaded maybe 20 videos. Not great high quality videos. Not that I put those out nowadays, but lower quality than what I put out nowadays. And somebody comments on one of my videos. And I didn't know it at the time, but so this guy comments on my video. I'm talking about steel. I click on his channel. He's got a sharpening video of a Spyderco Spidey K in N690. He's got, a couple other sharpening videos. I think he's a S30V military whittling hair. And we're talking. We exchange like 3 comments. And I'm like, hey, you should start making videos. And he uploads a video called Benchmade S30V versus Spyderco S30V. I think that was the first one. And it blows up. Now, we like super still, like obviously that's what I'm talking about. And that was like my first real like day-to-day conversating. God, I cannot believe I just said that, because that's not a word, and a lot of people say it, and they actually added conversating to the dictionary because enough people say it, but it's not a word, that they had to, basically. But yeah, he's like the first other knife guy that I talked to on the phone, and then through him, because his video had quite a bit of coverage, I guess. Everybody saw that video. It's got probably like 10,000 views now. A lot of like the knife reviewers saw it. So I get added to a group chat with Super Steel Steve, Banter 24/7, Blade Banter, Kenny Within the Pocket is in there. I got Kurt, who does all the HRC testing, Clint, who's Alchemy 1. I mean, all these people are suddenly, available for interaction so easily and daily. And, it's not like putting out a video waiting for someone to comment. You hit them up, and it's just been amazing. Got Neuro Knives. I love Vinny. Oh man. I like to fuck around with him, but great guy. Super funny in the group chats that I'm in with him. Actually, everybody is super funny, I think. A lot of good sense of humor. Good senses of humor. But yeah, that's how I got started. And yeah, I mean, I don't have the biggest channel in the world or anything, but all those guys played a pivotal role in me continuing uploading to this channel. I'm sure I can thank them for hundreds of my subscribers. Without those guys shouting me out, I probably wouldn't have half the subs I do. But yeah, it's been amazing, honestly. I don't like the new format for YouTube comments. It makes it harder for me to respond to them. So if you do ever want to hit me up, I mean, add me on Instagram. You can video call me if I don't answer you, or comment on YouTube and then hit me up on Instagram. Sometimes, I don't know why, messages have been disappearing from my Instagram. I don't think my account's hacked or anything, but yeah, so that's really how I got into it. You know, since starting the channel, been through, good times, bad times, of course. I broke up with my girl, or my, yeah, now ex-girlfriend. Was not easy, but, just having something to focus on, even if it's, and, I know that there's a lot more important things than knives. But having something that you can just put your attention on, um, is so helpful in a lot of ways. And yeah, it's almost therapeutic in a way. Researching, watching videos, having interactions with people that are oftentimes like-minded to myself, which is, I'm where I grew up is kind of a yuppie area, and I don't know. Oftentimes, I don't feel like I am like them, sort of, even though I grew up there, and I really am a lot like people from my area. But I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to connect with people. Having a common thing to start off with just makes it that much easier. So, with all that being said, thank you guys so much. I think I'm about to hit 700 subs, so thank you guys for that. I'm going to be doing a giveaway once I hit 1,000 subs on YouTube and I hit 5,000 followers on Instagram. So we're within, I think I'm at 4,500 on Instagram, and I think I'm at 699 on YouTube. So I'm not going to do a shitty giveaway either. Honestly, guys, I'm not a fan of giveaways, but if I do give something away, it's going to be, like a Hinderer or a Microtac SOCOM or something that I would want. I don't want to give away something that, like, I don't know. I feel like I see that all the time. You see guys that carry, 50 different Sabenzas throughout the week, and then they give away a Chinese Kershaw. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but, you got to know your audience, and I'm definitely going to make it something that is desirable. Maybe even a Sabenza. I don't know. Maybe I'll give away a Sabenza. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll keep the content coming. But yeah, thanks again. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next.